Hello. Oh, woo. Welcome to the Neckbeard experience. Yes, I am back. I don't know how often I'm going to be doing this, but hey, I wanted to give it a shot. I found an old story that I had saved for later that I never did record. So I went ahead and edited it, and I've got it ready to go. I had my wife record her parts, and for the future I might have a friend help out. We're going to be doing some recording for him soon, so you should go ahead and check his stuff out. We did some voiceovers for a Power Rangers spinoff audio drama. It's actually available here on YouTube. It's called The Masked Rider. Look it up on YouTube. Maybe you'll enjoy it. So now on with the show. This is called The Fall of Samurai Beard. You can find a link to the story in the information below, but you're here to hear it. So, here we go. I'm an artist. I usually draw anime-style characters and original characters from Dragon Ball. One that I created was Majin Tofu. I made a Twitter page dedicated to her, and it got quite a lot of attention from fans, since she was an emotional escape. And I can agree, some of the things that I draw can be sexual or lewd. I am also the type that you may describe as the uwu pink gamer girl, with the pink PC setups, the fashion mainly being Japanese, Lolita, and etc., or just simply cute. After quarantine, when all the stores and social places were opening up again, I decided to go out of town with a friend that I haven't seen since UK's first lockdown. We visited some of our favorite stores, many of which have shut down. I really wanted to get some figures, or some manga, so I looked up on Google where the manga stores are. Google showed a store that was in a shady alleyway. However, it was brightly lit, and it turned out to be a comic book and D&D store, so I went inside to see what kind of stuff they had. I was very interested in D&D, and I wanted to get into playing it in the future, so I picked up a few books, a player's guide, and a monster manual for fun. Once checking them out, the store owner approached me. Hey, do you play D&D?
I really want to, but no one I know hosts one.
Oh, you really should join my campaign. If you have a character sheet already made out, you can join tomorrow. Here, let me write down the details for you. You can text me over my WhatsApp if you want to join in. Well, the answer was going to be yes. I really wanted to join. I already had a character sheet made out, and it was a dark elf bard. The next day, I went in after the store was closed, with some snacks in my bag, and feeling confidently nervous about it. At first, I panicked, because the door was locked, but the store owner unlocked it and let me in. How you doing? So, you ready for the game?
I'm doing good. Yep, all set. I have my character sheets and some snacks.
I already played the pilot story. You know, the introductions, but don't worry. We could easily have you in and ready in no time. So I was just joining in as if I just came into town on my own and joined the group for the quest. The table was beyond what I expected. A customized board with their own buildings and figurines, and the owner even gave me a figure of an elf as a gift. That way I can play using it. And because one person wasn't at the table and was running late, I was able to introduce myself to everybody else. Most of them were very friendly and respectful, and I made friends with a few of them. Some even told me that they cosplay regularly, and sometimes make a costume for their own D&D character. When I was showing them some of the pictures of my cosplay, and a fursuit that I made before leaving the furry fandom, the store owner, also the DM Dungeon Master, got up to get the door, and a moment later, large footsteps came down the stairs, and it was the Neckbeard. Everyone went silent, and I sat down, unsure of what to do. The Neckbeard looked at us. Then he looked at me. His look sent shivers down my spine. I couldn't pinpoint why. He looked like a regular anime fan. He was wearing a black graphic t-shirt, which had an anime character that was a dragon. I think her name was Kana. She was around 300 years old in the anime, but she looked like a 5-year-old girl. That kind of made me wonder what kind of guy he is. He sat down at the end of the table as if it was his place, before leaning towards me and brought out a skinny hand toward me.
Well, hello there, little lady. My name is NB. What may your name be?
I awkwardly laughed off the handshake.
I'm Nyan. Nice to meet you.
Once a DM sat down, he started off the game, with our characters meeting up and going on a quest to a cave to find the missing royal jewels that the goblins has stolen from us. My dark elf aided the party with songs and poems of our past adventures and mocking the goblins at the same time. Midway, we decided to take a small break. Some of the players went outside for a smoke, so I decided to chat with my new friend Kreelith. I won't use real names, just their character names. As we chatted about anime that we watched, which brought on the attention of Neckbeard, he put down his phone and joined in. I didn't mind it, so we chatted about it.
I really like Dragon Ball. I designed my own characters.
Oh. You have any character designs on you that I can see?
I have some posts on my Twitter. You can look through some more if you have your phone.
Yep, I got it right here. Ooh, this Majin character Tofu is hot. Oh, such a breedable being. You know Majins, they are very stretchy. They can make their pussies feel brand new every time.
I immediately regretted giving him my socials. After the game, I left the store and I went to the bus stop, and I realized that Neckbeard was at the same bus stop as I was. We didn't talk, but I felt him staring at me when I was messaging my boyfriend to let him know I was on my way home and that I was okay. Then the Neckbeard came close.
Are you taking the same bus as me? I'm taking number 23.
I gave him a nod.
So, do you have any more of those characters you draw art for?
I looked at him.
If you promise not to say anything weird about them.
Weird? Like what?
About the breedable thing.
He laughed at it more, saying,
You dry on that way with huge boobs and tight clothes. You should expect that. Accept those kind of comments. You should expect that.
No, I think that's wrong to say that.
So I put on my headphones and I tried to message my boyfriend to see if he would come and pick me up instead. I didn't think that a long bus ride home with Neckbeard, asking me questions about my characters, would be the best thing. In the end, my boyfriend did come and pick me up. I kindly waved Neckbeard off and went inside the car. Who's that guy?
He's just a guy who plays D&D with the group.
Later on, my phone started to get a lot of messages. A message request from Neckbeard on my Twitter, saying,
I'm so sorry I offended you with my comments. I'd love to see more of your characters. I won't make any more of those comments.
I accept your apology. I will allow it. Here's the link to some of my other work.
These are incredible. I really appreciate the art style. The way you design them, they're really good.
A couple of weeks go by. Our D&D party finally leveled up to level 2. And at the end, we all went to the nearest McDonald's to get some food before we parted ways. Me and Kreelith was sitting next to each other, as we both thought of going to another town to do some anime shopping together, get some figures, some manga, and some other things. Neckbeard was sitting on his own in the corner. We insisted that he join us, but he told us no, and mainly it was because he was watching his phone. Before everyone left, I picked up a meal for my boyfriend, and went to the bus stop, where Neckbeard was there also.
So what are you watching in there?
He looked at me.
Nothing. It's none of your concern.
Was it hentai?
I said jokingly. He acted out one of those Nani moments in anime.
What? What? How'd you know?
He asked me, thinking that I may have seen it when I walked past him. I just stayed quiet. As me and the Neckbeard stood there, he said,
Were you buying another meal for yourself when you get home?
No, it's from my boyfriend for when he comes back from work.
He then stood in front of me, being quite close, and placed his hand on top of the stop's walls. I believe he was thinking that it was the most romantic thing to do in the anime style, so he looked down and he breathed in my face.
You're the most beautiful, kindest, most talented person in the world. You should go on a date with me.
No, I already have a boyfriend that I'm very happy with.
As I was walking out of the awkward position,
Can at least our characters go out together? It's just role play, it'll be fine. Besides, you might like it.
No, and don't ask for anything like that again.
the bus ride home was awkward. He was still attempting to ask me the same thing, and he sat next to me.
Come on, it's just for fun. It won't be dating. Besides, We can get to know each other better that way.
But I was able to get out of the seat and got into a one-seated area. Once I got home, I made sure that the Neckbeard didn't follow me. He still messaged me with the asterisks for the role plays that he began himself. I read them, but I ignored them. Once my boyfriend came home, we snuggled up under the blankets, and once we decided to go to bed, I checked the messages and saw the Neckbeard blocked me. I scrolled through the messages, and it seemed like his kindness slowly transitioned into being an asshole.
You're such a slut for wearing that maid dress to the D&D game.
Which the party didn't mind, and actually told me to wear one.
You're the one who is leading me on for thinking that we would be more than just friends. I hope you're happy with that abusive Chad boyfriend. I know very well that he cheats on you.
My boyfriend went through a lot of toxic relationships with his exes cheating on him and using him for money, and I highly trust and love him, to the point that I know he isn't cheating on me. I just laughed it off, and I showed it to my boyfriend.
Oh my god, hey, look at this.
If you see him again, tell me. That way I can come and beat him up. After the events, Neckbeard still came to D&D, but he made his character like one of those edgy loner characters, saying,
I can do all this on my own. Besides, I can't trust anyone in the party. A certain dark elf bard broke my heart, and it's a ninja's destiny to go it alone.
He slowly stopped coming to the game, and we didn't really pay much attention to it. Just recently, when we were on a quest with a long journey, Krelith asked my character to sing a song for the journey, and I replied with,
Alrighty then, here's a story of the sweaty neckbeard samurai.
Thank you very much for joining me for this edition of the Neckbeard Experience, my first one in a long time. Oh man, it's been at least 10 months. I know it's not a year yet. I hope you guys enjoy this. I'm going to get this out as soon as I can. Thank you all very much for joining me, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Until next time, have fun with your failures, or they'll have fun with you.